5 years ago, I had a similar issue where it was one specific map in the map pool would just consistently boot me, but I'll get into that later on. As we load into Oceanborn, where we're here in our bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom right. We have our red Zerg player coming out from the land of Korea. He, of course, is going to be representing his team, the Gaming Gladiators. GG. We have SHIN Rami.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the Taiwanese Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing Offside Esports. It is Rex. So for those that are curious what we were speaking of, so far Yaku has dropped out twice from games on Oceanborn, and it's possible it might happen again. I guess we're experimenting a little bit here, and we'll see if that happens.
Ethernet cords. I vaguely recall I had a similar issue a couple of years ago on one specific map in the map pool at the time, and I found out. I was so mad. I updated my drivers, I did everything. I was like, what is going on? What is the issue? It turns out the issue, I found a thread from 2011, a BNet forum post from 2011 that said, yeah, you just need to turn off like stereo mode or something in the game sound. So I was like, what? How? Why is that? How? But then I did that, and I never had that issue again.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, I remember that. That was not too. I was gonna say that was not too long ago. I think that was like 2020, maybe 2019.
That was 2019.
Yeah.
I remember it was because I remember it was around the time where you yelled at me in Divinity. So that's how I remember.
That was
and Kuro yelled at me in Divinity.
Yeah. So I need to finish that.
I don't know if we still have that safe.
We'll try. As Rex did go pool first, he went for a pool first opener. Lings are going to be avoiding the overlords in the center of the map, so cheeky move here out of Rex. We'll see if he can sneak up on SHIN, as SHIN went for a standard hatch gas pool opener. The goal here for Rex is to pick off as many drones as possible as he does sneak up on SHIN, and he's going for the natural.
Okay, not quite like so.
Oh.
Quick reaction coming out from SHIN. Let's see how well he's able to drone drill.
Gets one.
Yeah.
It's one drone so far. You can see he's camping the eggs. Meanwhile, Shinny hides a second worker here on the low ground. Oh, meanwhile, these Lings are about to be surrounded. Meanwhile, Shinny pulls the boys to save them.
Yeah, pulls the boys. He's got the queen in a very nice choke point. And with that, the aggression is just about going to come to an end.
Yeah, we do force Rex back. Now, Rex, he only got one drone. He did deny mining at the natural for quite some time, so there was some inadvertent damage. Likewise, the Queen did hunt down an Overlord as well, so SHIN gets supply blocked. Nice little wins here from Rex, as Rex is able to take an economic lead.
Yeah, little things here and there at the start of the game. Let's see how well Rex is able to capitalize on them.
Oh. Do you see what I see?
That is no gas at a very early Evo chamber. Or no research, I should say.
No link speed.
No research on that. No link speed. Not gas. There was gas for the Evo chamber. Look.
You got there.
I got there. Look. I looked at the spawning pool. It wasn't shimmering. It was green. I was like, yes. What else is green? Gas.
It's fine. So no link speed, that tells us SHIN is going to base. As we can see here, Evo Chamber, the Evo Chamber has been thrown down. Roach Warren, Lair is on the way. SHIN is playing 2-base Roach.
Interesting choice here. Rex, on the other hand, he is getting his Roach Warren, but he's also investing a little bit more into his links. They're actually getting 14 of them right now with link speed, so there is a window of opportunity here for Rex to come in and attack SHIN before he can really get his Roach count up and running. See how well SHIN is able to defend with these queens.
So basically, Rex is going for the solo build. He's going for an all-in. +1 carry base is for a Ling Roach all-in. Lings are putting across the map. Roach is going to be on the horizon behind this. Rex is taking a third base, but for now, he's not making any more drones, and Rex is committed. Meanwhile, SHIN is crazy. He's going into a Spire. He's trying to go 2-base Muta.
I'm into this. I like this.
Well, the
We
scary...
thought it was Roach.
Yeah, I mean, the scary thing for Shin is that he's going 2-base Muta, but Rex is all-inning, so this is going to be a tough hold here for Shin. Rex, for now, he backs off with the Lings. Rex is making a wave of drones. Interesting. Lair is on the way. I assumed it was going to be an all-in here, but no, Rex, he's taking up.
Yeah. Okay. No, he understands, I think, that he won't quite be able to break Shin in this position. That's a very good choke point, and he respects Shin enough. He knows that, or he's expecting that if he is able to take out the Queen or take out the Roach Warren, Shin is going to be quick enough to rebuild a wall. So, yeah, he's just going to keep Shin contained here on these 2 bases and try to drone up himself. The Spire is just about finished, however.
Yeah.
And now this might be the time where Rex wished he committed to the all-in.
Exactly, Rex. It feels like he misses timing. It does feel like he misses timing here as the Overseer comes in for a scout. Mutas are on the way. Rex is now amassing Roaches and is working towards +1 range and Roach speed. But by the time this really kicks in, the Mutas are going to be out and we're going to have map control as Shin. He is now expanding, taking his own 3rd base, droning on up, forcing back those Lings, and the Mutas have arrived.
They are making their way across the map. Not too many of them, but enough to start one-shotting these drones and kind of bounce around the different bases. Oh, but we have a move. They are getting caught a little bit by these Overlords, and that does give Rex a lot more time to position his Queens, maybe get a couple of Spore Crawlers.
Yeah, Spores are now on the way. Queens are amassing as well. The Mutas are going to be deflected for the time being, but we have already done some damage. We're catching Overlords. We're denying some mining time here at the 3rd base, and what's important is that Shin is not making more Mutas. He only made Mutas for map control just to harass, just to force back the Overlords, and Shin has been massing up Roaches.
This is why I love casting Shin, man. He is just big brain to the max. He's always 10 steps ahead of his opponents, especially his Zerg opponents, when it comes to just trying to mind game them.
Yeah, he only made 4 Mutas. Only 4. That's not even enough to one-shot drones, by the way. Like, that's just barely not enough.
Is it not?
No, it's a 5.
Huh. 5. Wow, it's enough to one-shot probes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there you go, there you go. But
maybe not. Probes have the same health.
Yeah, and with that, I mean, the Mutas are going to be able to force back the Overlords and force back the Lings at least, and Shin, he's... yeah, embracing Roach play. Meanwhile, he's forcing out Hydras.
He is forcing out Hydras, which do not do well at all against Roaches and Ravagers. This... ah, man. The brain on this man is just... it's delectable, it's spicy, it's savory. Like a nice hot bowl of Shin Ramyun.
Ah. I now want some Shin Ramyun. As Lings, they attempt to go for some run buys, but the Roaches do shut them down. Shin is on 3 base saturation, 68 workers. He shouldn't be droning anymore from here. Like, we have the ideal drone count for ZvZ. We're massing up. We're about to max out on Roach Ravager. Meanwhile, Rex is incorporating some Hydras.
Yeah, he needs one more drone. Then more ideal.
True. He's not nice yet.
Yeah.
He's hard.
The last thing you want to be.
God.
Yeah, players are pretty soon to max out. Shin a little bit quicker than Rex, but I do have to favor Shin's army a lot more.
Yeah, it's not just
or
that.
His army composition a lot more.
And the upgrade, right? +2 is going to finish up in a couple of seconds, so there's going to be a big upgrade advantage for Shin. He is pushing forward. Rex is going to be stuck on 1-1, and Shin does dive in.
Oh. Okay, Overseer dodging all of these biles. It's still a very good concave from Rex, though. So Shin gonna have to think twice before pushing into this. That's a huge arc!
Yeah, that is a huge concave here. Shin, he cannot break this location, even with the upgrade lead, even with more Ravagers. He cannot break this position, but Shin is on 4 bases. He is up in economy. He is up on bases, and he's containing Rex on 3. Up.
So, for the time being. Nice little bits of damage here so far from Shin. A couple of biles did land. The lack of Ravagers right now from Rex is really hurting him. He's being forced to reposition each and every time he moves away, it gives Shin 1 more volley or 2 more volleys. from his army
Oh,
starting to stack up.
Yeah, and the vials, they connect once again, and just like that, Shin is just out trading Rex. Shin still just rallying across the map. Rex still struggling to hold on these 3 bases, and behind this he has no further tech. You know, potentially if we were working towards lurkers, maybe we can kind of leverage that to our advantage, but we're just stuck with Roach Hydra.
Like so. And I mean, I've seen a couple of ZvZs where a player with Roach Hydra beat a player with Roach Ravager, but not when they were down a base, not when they were lagging in the economy. You really do need to be able to just continue to reproduce. If you're going for a composition like Rex is, and unfortunately he is not, huge Biles land on top of these Hydras, and Rex is surprisingly pushing this back for now, but for how long? I mean, he's pushing this back, but he's still stuck on 3 bases.
Yeah, like these have just been more efficient trades for Shin. He's just been out trading his opponent here, and these Hydras have been quite expensive losses for Rex as well, as Shin is going to be clearing up some rocks, just clearing room for his own reinforcements, rotating around. We have Burrow on the way, Tunneling Claws as well. Shin is going to be doubling down on Roach production. Rex does at least force Shin back to the halfway mark.
Yeah, to the halfway mark, but also up a ramp, which is exactly where Shin wants to be. A couple of Hydras go down, but Rex, thankfully, was quick to react, pulls away, and I'm liking the multi-push, or the multi-prong, that Rex is going for.
Yeah, it does try to
Not
pull.
entirely sure if it's going to work out for him, though.
I mean, he pushes right down mid. The Roach Warden is exposed. We can try to snipe that. The Biles!
Yeah, a couple of them do land, but nothing too major so far. Both players are maxed out.
And both players are maxed out. We have Shin going for a counterattack on the left-hand side, at the same time keeping up with the main army. Rex going to be able to force Shin all the way back to his own mining base. But once again, the Biles, they just force Rex back time and time again.
Yeah, Rex, it's impressive that he's been able to push this far out with honestly much weaker army, but at the end of the day, the math will determine things. Now, I'm loving the burrow roaches here from Shin, unburrowing just to catch these, just to catch the retreat of Rex.
That was very nicely done, and here we go. Rex started stepping forward into the Roach Ravager, once again taking a rough fight. Roach is, I think, unburrowed behind the army, and as you mentioned, just really creative play here from Shin to try to get behind, to try to break these concaves.
Yeah, and now, I mean, the writing's on the wall. Shin, much larger army, better upgraded army, better unit composition, is going to crush this and will be continuing to push all the way into the mid. The Mutas lived!
Up until the end.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, they get taken out by the Queens and the Hydras over here, but they lived, and yeah, we're actually pretty useful keeping these reinforcements back, buying time for the rest of Shin's army to get in position. GG is called. Shin gonna be taking game number 1 with some very, just very trademark creative Shin play, as you pointed out.
GG. GG, well played. Shin with a cheeky build initially, going 2-base Roach, or in a way 2-base Muta, but again it was a bit of a fake out, only making 4 Mutas, trying to force an overreaction, which worked, right? It forced Rex to invest a little bit harder into Hydra production and Hydra upgrades. That meant that the Ravager count for Rex was a lot lower, and we saw that that did hurt him more than help him in these big Roach battles.
Yeah, it was kind of odd to me seeing that. I understand that, at least initially, you know, you built that Hydra Den. He built the Hydra Den as a reaction to the Mutas, and even after he realized that there were only 4 Mutas, he still built them because, you know, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, okay, I saw 4 Mutas, but I don't want to be, like, caught with my pants down or whatever. I'm just going to continue to build a number of Hydras, just in case he switches into Mutas very quickly, but after a while, I kind of feel like you have to realize, oh, there isn't going to be a Muta switch coming this way. I don't need to be continuing to build all these Hydras, and yet he still did.
Yeah, it's kind of like the sunken cost fallacy, right? Where because he invested into the tech and the upgrades, more importantly as well, like Hydra speed and Hydra range, it's like, well, I mean, now I have to use them, right? Like,
yeah, I already spent the money. You know?
Exactly. So he was in a kind of a rough position in that respect.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I bought this new food item and it's not good, but I already spent the money, so I gotta finish it.
Oh, what food did you eat, Yaku?
Not very good. It was very salty.
Okay.
But regardless, we are here. It was Italian. We are here on Crimson Court. Going to be continuing our ZvZ quarterfinals here on Crimson Court, where we're here in the top right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top right. We, of course, have our red Zerg player coming down from the land of Korea. He is, of course, going to be representing his team, the Gaming Gladiators. We have one of the more creative players, the virtuoso himself, SHIN.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player representing Offside Esports, land of Taiwan. It is Rex.
Okay, and just looking through chat here, and we do have confirmation that I survived Oceanborn the last time.
Yeah.
And according to Kuro, the main difference was it was ESL. It was an ESL map and not an LE map.
Okay. That could be the difference. Wait, so the last one was ESL or LE? What was the last one?
The last one was ESL. The ones that I got booted from were at both LE.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a differentiating factor there. We're troubleshooting.
Okay. We're putting the puzzle together.
Yeah. We're tech support.
We try turning it on and then back off again.
Ah. I have, actually. When I got kicked from the client, I had to reopen it, yeah.
No.
But did you catch that ludicrous display last night?
So I was just catching up, and there was a lot of talk about Divinity 2.
I remember my character's name. He was Sandor, the bloody hound.
It was.
He was an undead Aquaman.
I said what's his name? Jason Momoa. I almost said Jason Statham.
Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah.
Crank.
Yes.
But yeah, we should finish that at some point. I mean, our schedule's gonna open up next month. Like September, we're gonna be casting a little bit less.
True.
So we can,
well, maybe.
Maybe. True. But if we're a little bit more free, we should finish it.
You say we should finish it. We're like 20% done. we're barely 20%.
We put in a lot of hours. Like we've got to be at least halfway through, right?
We just got off the boat.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked into the plot. I don't know what the main story is, but from what I can gather, getting off the boat is like still, I think, less than halfway done.
I think Steel told us we're like a third of the way done. Yeah, like I think that's what Steel said. And
so less than half, but still not too bad. Rex is going for a link flood this time, by the way.
He is. We're going to be playing Leaster Combat. The first queen is going to be going down. Not bad, but we have Bailey's on the way behind this. Bailey's are slowly amassing, and if we can get into them, then Shin can hold. Up.
And reinforcing links, however, from Shin. Oh! Beautifully baiting all of those links from Rex right into the bailing. GG is immediately called after that. Is Shin gonna take that series 2-0? GG. Yeah, that's. I felt that. I felt the. Yeah, after that Baneling connection and the insta GG. Yeah, I can hear Rex shaking his head all the way from Taiwan.
Yeah, that was a little bit rough.
I feel like we've all been there.
For sure. Feels bad, man. I mean, unfortunately, we were enthralled in our own conversation, and I mean, you pointed out there was a link flood on the way. Rex was droning behind it. He was trying to transition out of it, and he was also taking a third base. He was taking the forward third at the Rich Pressing Gas Geyser, but as we saw, you look away at the wrong moment, and the game can just end. I was about to say that I was about to be critical of Shin because he only had one bailing on the way. Like, he had a bailing nest, and there was a link flood. He was only making one bailing. Like, the balls on Rex seeing a swarm of lings and be like, mate, I got this. I only need one bailing. I'll be fine. And I mean, It worked, but still.
Yeah, it worked out. I mean, the way he utilized it as well, because after his initial queen went down, he actually moved the rest of his queens back. It looked like he was going to continue to body block with the queens, but then he moved them back. He didn't re-wall. He sent his lings in that location to try to almost bait Rex to be like, yeah, I'm not re-walling, I'm not body blocking, I'm attacking with these lings. You have a little bit of a better concave here, Rex. Come attack me, come attack me, come get into this whole flood of lings, and then all of a sudden the Baneling connected. In fact, I think it would have actually hurt Shin if he built more than one Baneling. Because with only one Baneling, it's hard to tell that there are any Banelings on the map. Rex might not have seen it. It was covered, it was hidden amongst a crowd of lings.
Kirby. But I mean, hey, it worked. It did work out very nicely. GG, well played. A bit of a sudden end to the series, but congratulations to Shin as he does advance on into the semifinals. And we have our semifinals ready! !B in the chat. Let's switch on over and catch up on the bracket.